All right, have not fans. Now, this video is kind of a, well, I'm really asking you all the question because I think if memory serves, I scored the episode Room 3, which aired a few days ago on Tuesday night, and we don't even call it Room 3. It's the episode where Hannah and Candace beat the shit out of Jim. Sorry for the language, but that's literally all I'm seeing on Twitter. Hannah and Candace served up Jim a two-piece and a biscuit and slapped him into the next room. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've been seeing in regards to the episode itself. And the question is, was it a great episode? Now, when I scored it a 7, you got some people who agree with me. I think originally I was going to give it a 7.5 or an 8. But to be completely honest, I'm not going to give an episode a high score just because the last 10 minutes or so were really good, while the first 25 to 30 minutes weren't that good. Because I went back and I watched the episode 3 times now because I wanted to know, was I too harsh about the episode? I know me and Chandler did a live stream. I did a live stream several times on Facebook and Instagram with reading comments and discussing things with people. Some people are getting it a 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10 because they love the ending so much. But my question to you is this: when you give it that score, are you only scoring it based off of the last couple of minutes, or are you scoring it based off the entire episode? That's really how I do things on the channel, because I could not care less. I feel like this episode really suffered because it was way too Jeffrey focused, and I don't like Jeffrey as it is now. So to actually have the majority of this episode focused on him and Justin and Matt, the only good part about the Jeffrey stuff was that Madison decided to cut ties with Jeffrey. That was the only good thing about it. Other than that, I didn't care. Like all the time, the other good parts was when you had the outside shot where we had Jeffrey and David at the car. I just like those scenes where we have good filming and lighting, because it's not too often that we get a lot of great outside shots. Usually we're in someone's house, a building, it's at nighttime, things like that. But to actually have beautiful day shots, I do appreciate that. Hell, even the part where you have Veronica arriving home, going to the FBI agents, walking into the house with David, great shots. But when it comes to the content of the episode, I didn't care. Like the Wyatt scene, the one thing I didn't notice the first time, or I didn't really pay attention to as much as I should have, was that Wyatt said the same line from Captain, like, sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't, which I do believe he was referring to George saying, well, if you don't testify, I had to turn you over to your father, meaning that, hey, that's the devil I know, it's better than the devil I don't. So I guess, yeah, he did learn something from his mother, which is great. That was actually good. But in terms of the actual episode, the scene between Hannah and Candace when they were just talking, and she pulled up the photo on the phone and of Quincy Jr. and played the video and whatnot, that scene could have been better, only because I just hated it how Candace is once again acting the way she is, even though a couple episodes ago she was crying in the bathroom because she knew everything was her fault, but now she still wants to blame her mother for it. Then we get the scene with Catherine at the hotel. It was okay. I mean, I laughed about Rocky's reaction to sleeping with someone that reminds him of his mother, but other than that, I mean, all of it else was Justin, Jeffrey, and Madison stuff. So for me personally, Room 3 was saved by the David and Veronica scene, and of course it obliterated the rest of the episode when we got to the final few seconds where Hannah took off those earrings, slapped Jim, and then Candace jumped on it as well, because that is still a hot topic to talk about on this channel, because it was mainly because it's a long, I don't know what's people love the most: the fact that Jim got a slap from Hannah that's been a long time coming, or the fact that both Candace and Hannah jumped him. That's one question I should ask. Like, what moment made it great? The fact that Jim finally got slapped, he got the piss slapped out of him, or the fact that Candace and Hannah tag teamed him? That's something to really think about. But guys, there are a lot of great, what was it, from the 70s. I thought that was now that, in my opinion, was a great episode. Room 3 was not a good episode. just like if you go back to the season finale in 2017, the Veronica show, where we had Hannah and Candace going at the funeral home. The first 10 minutes of the episode, the rest of the episode kind of sucked. But with this episode, it's the same rules apply. It's like if you took the last 10 minutes of the episode, I would have been satisfied. Like if I were judging it based off the last 10 minutes from when Veronica gets to her house to when Candace and Hannah jump Jim, this episode would certainly be like a 10 or even a 15 out of 10. But the episode as a whole, I don't feel was a good episode because I feel like there were a lot of characters missing. Some characters who I wish would have shown up in the episode at least for a few minutes didn't even show up. We heard that Sarah is outside in the court or the room where they're doing the investigation and whatnot, where the grand jury is, but we didn't see her. We didn't see Derek. We didn't see RK, Gia, Alice, Charles. Was Charles and Landon in this episode? Were they in the episode? I don't think they were in the episode. I could be wrong, but I don't think they were in the episode. Wait, no, they weren't in the episode. So yeah, I just felt like if this episode was more even if we kept the same characters who were in the episode, not including the ones, of course, who weren't there, but we spread the time and gave more characters more time on screen, I think it would have been better than just constantly seeing Jeffrey and Justin. And a little bit we did see a Madison, but I did like that part. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I stand by my score of a 7 for Room 3 just because the ending was great. I don't think makes it an amazing episode. So we'll have to wait and see how things transition once we get to next week's episode, because then we'll get the extension of, okay, the fight continues. What happens after that? Veronica goes back to David's house, so let's see what happens when those two get together and Jeffrey reacts to it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And Room 3, was it a great episode? Was it a bad episode? Was it an average episode? Or do you think the episode just sucked except for the last couple of scenes, especially with the fight? Thanks so much for making it to the end of this video. Be sure to click the thumbs up button if you like what you just saw. And if you have anything you would like to add to the video itself, go down to the comment section below and type out your thoughts. And I also have social media related to the haves and have-nots: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page, Facebook group. Links to everything will be in the description below. And if you like action figures, video games, and trading cards, I have an eBay store as well where there's free shipping on everything. But I also have a second YouTube channel that I'm working on where I talk about things that are non-Tyler Perry related, such as anime, superhero shows and movies, music, pop culture, and sometimes political news depending on what the circumstances are. Be sure to check out that channel as well. In the top left hand corner, you should see a picture of Candace Young. You can click on her to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. And if you like the video you just saw, be sure to check out the other 2 videos that should be popping up on the right hand side. Trust me, if you like this video, you'll love them too. Once again, thanks so much for visiting my YouTube channel, and I'll talk to you in the next video.